How about the Leafs? Do you think they get involved on Horvat, or is it too rich of a price?
I think it's too rich of a price, and I also don't know how much it really makes sense. Like, where would you slot him? How much does that eat into whatever John Tavares is doing? I guess you could move one of them to the wing, but if the Leafs are going to go down the forward path, to me, it's kind of the second line left wing spot that you'd probably be looking at. Someone that has some versatility that could play center if you really needed to and got into an injury issue. But I still think this team's focus is on the back end. And actually, one of the names that I included on my list that I believe the Maple Leafs have inquired about is Jake McCabe. He was the biggest riser from the last list that I did 2 weeks ago. He was in the number 20 slot all the way up to number 7. The Blackhawks have received a number of calls from him. He has a 7-team no trade list. The other teams that have called include Edmonton and the Los Angeles Kings. Here's the thing with McCabe, his 7-team no trade list. You say, well, why 7 teams? It probably includes all 7 Canadian teams for the American-born defenseman. But I'm told that the Maple Leafs are one team that are not part of that list. It's the other 6 Canadian teams. So interestingly enough, I think they've had some interest in him going back a ways. And here's where it gets, this is what I outlined in the piece, Nick. Here's where it really gets interesting from a Toronto perspective. What if you can entice the Chicago Blackhawks, who have tons of cap space, to retain half on Jake McCabe and get him at $2 million a year for each of the next 2 years? He's probably already playing at a $4 million level right now. Yes, there's risk and injury history. There's risk with any player, but at $2 million a year, that gives you some serious cost certainty at a time when the Leafs really need it on their back end.